I'm just going to say this is a fantastic little 2-gallon tank. I know a lot about tanks, and once you understand this tank, you will appreciate some of the aspects that it has. It has a removable lid that's got 2 hinges on the top, and it's got 2 pins, and those pins allow you to remove that lid. On the top here with the lid, by the way, you have a feeder door. Just spin it, and you have a full arched glass system in the front. The whole tank is glass. You have a diamond floor, blue tile with gold diamonds. Man, I'm going to tell you, I don't think I'm talking bad about that, because I am not. I love that floor. I'm going to open this up so you can see what's going on. I'll turn the light out. So you click the switch, and there's the basic setting, pure white, white and red, white, red, and blue. Actually, I'll say white and red. It's 2, 2, and 2. 7 white, 2 blue, 2 red. So yes, there are colors. Now, as far as you being able to turn this pump down, no, you can't turn the pump down. You can reduce the pump flow a little bit, but you can't really turn anything down. The only thing you can do is inject air through here. You turn the dial, that goes down onto there. You have an air diverter. It will go straight down. It'll come to the front. It'll go to the back. Or you can remove it and it will go straight that way. I personally like it going down. And that way I don't get a lot of bubble activity and a lot of water that gets onto the lid. If you get water on that lid, you get too much water. I've seen some pumps, I saw some people complaining that there's water coming down the side of the tank. Well, there's going to be water coming down. If you've added a air pump to this system, which you don't need air pump on this system, you already have air. If you add more, what happens is, and that typically when you have an air pump, that air is coming up, popping on the surface, and each time it pops, water goes and splashes. And it splashes, and it's going to splash on that hood. And by the way, it's going to come down the edge of that inside of that hood, and it's going to probably come out on the outside of that tank. And you're going to think you got a heck of a dang leak. Well, you don't. What you have is you have air pump in there. You shouldn't have it in there. Anyway, all right. So glass, folks, everything's glass. You don't want to have people beating against the tank with anything. No. That's not going to happen unless you want to crack glass. Maybe somebody be going to the hospital, especially if it's a child doing it. But anyway, I haven't ever had an issue with it. So I'm just going to say, keep it out of it. This definitely has to be supervised if you have children. All right. That's all there is to it. It's glass. Okay. There's electricity. You have to watch your kids, all right? That's all there is to it. Filter medium, there it is. It's going to go into the bottom of that basket. You got your deal there. You have your fish net. Wonderful. You do not want your water to come into the bottom of the basket. So the pump is going to flow the water up into here, drop, and go down into there, and then out those holes. And then through those holes, it'll come into the top of the tank like it is currently doing right now. And you might be able to see a little bit of that happening there. So you just want to keep, the reason I'm doing this, you want to keep the basket about 1/4 inch from the top of the surface of the water. So you don't want that water touching that basket bottom. But you don't want it too far away either. You go too far away, you're going to be uncovering this right here, which is your pump. You want to keep that pump cool. You want it in the water. It's super easy to set up, man. You got the whole thing set up, even if you had gravel and everything, about 10 minutes, man, for the whole thing. Do not use reverse osmosis water in your tank. Do not use distilled water in your tank. It's sterile. You don't have a sterile environment. You're not trying to create a sterile environment here. That's for the medical industry. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to make a living environment, and they need those minerals and all of that stuff that's in our tap water. But if you use the tap water, and not just the filtered water you can get the big gallons of at the store, you get a gallon jug for $1 of filtered water. That's all it says. It doesn't say distilled water. It doesn't say reverse osmosis, just filtered water. Well, that water is basically tap water. And what they've done is they filtered out the chlorine and the chloramines. So, but it still has the mineral content in it. So anyway, you can still use your tap water, but you need to make sure that it's prepared correctly, and you want to have a water conditioner when you're using it. I just use tap water personally, and I just make sure I have water conditioners that I put into the water, which do instant aging and also remove the chlorine and the chloramine. Other than that, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what all that jargon is I keep seeing on. I saw all those reviews. I'm just going to say I'm giving this 5-star. I think it's fantastic. And this has nothing to do with me being partial. This is an honest review, folks. I think this thing is bad to the bone. I just think people don't really know, and they're not reading. They don't know what they're doing most of the time. And they don't read the couple pages here of material that they should read when they put this thing together. So that's my personal opinion. Don't feel like just because you saw somebody else write that up and that's what it is. It isn't. I've had this thing run for 4 hours. I haven't had one single issue with it. But I know aquariums. I know about tanks. I know about fish. I used to sell it all. So anyway, there you go. It's my personal opinion, and I'm giving it a 5-star rating. Great value. Get yourself one. Have a great day.